Hi, and welcome to another educational and historical episode of Dog Talk with Pack Leader. Today we're going to be talking about different kinds of leashes, especially retractable leashes, because if you don't know how to use them or what they were designed to do, it's a little bit more difficult to make that happen like it was intentionally designed, and especially to keep yourself safe and your dogs. One thing to kind of keep in mind, have you guys ever heard of Mary A. Delaney? Well, you're about to. The first instance of recorded leashes happened during the Roman, Egyptian, and Greek empires. They wanted to have their dogs stick around with them a little bit more, and they fashioned a rudimentary rope or strip of leather to use to attach to the dog. In 1908, Mary A. Delaney submitted the first patent for a dog leash, and it was actually a retractable leash, and it was a chain, obviously not the same material that hadn't been invented yet. And really, she did it because she wanted the women of society during those days to have a better angle on their leashes and a better ability to adjust the length of the leash, unlike the men. At that time, there were estimated to be over 155,000 wild dogs in New York City and over 200,000 domesticated, like owned dogs that were still running wild. So almost 500,000 dogs were running wild in the neighborhood. Modern day retractable leashes actually didn't even catch on until the 1970s, even though they were available during that time. And pet shops themselves would handle all types of leashes, but it didn't really get popular until about the 1970s. As a pack leader, you provide protection and direction to your dog, neither one of which you can do from 19 and a half feet away. Why did I pick 19 and a half? Well, I went out and I bought myself a retractable leash today at a cheapo Big Lots store, and this is how much leash. Actually, 19 and a half feet, and neither one can you either direct your dog appropriately or protect. First of all, way too far away from you to protect if anything happened, or protect others from your dog. And second, the direction usually at that point is, because they're so far away, is that we're pulling back on the dog. Dogs have what's called an opposition reflex, meaning if I pull back on the dog, it tells the dog to pull forward. So if that's not what I want them to do, they can't be from that far away, especially if we haven't taught them how to follow appropriately. Not just play, not just explore, but to follow. That means with us, and it means by able to be directed back. Are retractable leashes okay in some circumstances? Well, sure. For long leash work, for tracking work, when you want to teach your dog recall and there are no other dogs and no other people around, then it works completely fine. But your dog has to be directable. So they have to understand what the come command means. And if you don't have recall, then that's one of the ways that you can help with this with a long leash. But all the leash systems have an objective. This is normal kind of leash and collar system. It's designed to hold ID, and it's designed also to use that tug when necessary, because if we need to correct our dog, like with the slip leash, our slip leash is designed to simply just make that tug and get the attention of the dog. If we're not able to do that, then no other leash and collar system is really going to help you that much. Prong collars are supposed to replicate mom's bite. They're not supposed to be injuring the dog or hurting the dog to keep them from pulling. Pulling is one of those things that happens when we don't understand that opposition reflex. So we don't want to hurt the dog, have the dog cause pain. We need the dog to do the work themselves. In essence, we need that brain to operate and to follow. If you're not entirely sure what a leash and collar system's objectives are, please, by all means, get with me. Call me, text me, email me, look on my Facebook page, Camp Canine Jack's Beach, or Dog Talk with Pack Leader, or www.camp-9jacksbeach.com, or sign up for any of the classes. We'll show you how to use the leash in all different ways, using angles, using distances, and short distance, long distance, having some fun with your dog, being able to actually direct the psychology of the dog rather than the physicality of the dog. Not a good idea to pull your dog all over the place. It's not fun for you. It's not fun for them. And then nobody walks their dog. So until the next time, I'm Greg, Dog Talk with Pack Leader, and go out and walk your dog.